What's up, you guys? Slim here at Team Symmetry, here to bring you guys the next episode of the good, the bad, and the Yu-Gi-Oh! And we are finally doing it on X-Sabers. This was a deck that a lot of people requested for. Now, a lot of people will start off with the first questions on their own mind. Why do people care about X-Sabers? That kind of sucks when you say that, because when I remember it, X-Sabers used to be one of the best decks of the format. Billy Brake had brought it to multiple tops, the top 4 finish at YCS Anaheim. He really piloted this deck, and it really is what gave him his name until he got his 2 YCS wins with Tengu Tour Guide plants. And now people are wondering, how effective is this deck right now? How effective is X-Sabers, this current format? This right here, of course, is not a deck profile. Once again, this is a template. I want to give a shout out to my brother Vexy. He sent me this. This was a deck profile from in September, first place finisher with X-Sabers, really cool deck list. I'm really happy that he was able to send me this because I have no idea how to make X-Sabers. I would have made something maybe like this, but definitely not, I think, some of the certain card choices. So I'm going to talk about my honest opinion on X-Sabers. From what I remember from X-Sabers, Trap Stun Hunlay was broken. The ability to just go Trap Stun, response, nothing. Okay, cool. You have 3 back rows. Okay. Synchro, Hunlay, pop all your back row. 2300. It was ridiculous. I remember that the hard way. I only ever played against X-Sabers once to my knowledge. I played against them when I was running Gravekeepers, and I was able to win them. I did 2 of them. The reason being is that Necro Valley really hurt their deck. They do rely on the graveyard. Cards like Gotham's Emergency Call rely on the graveyard, and when you couldn't get your effects off, it kind of sucked. I mean, granted, they weren't completely locked down to the graveyard, but when you sided in Thunder Kings against Dark Soul, it really hurt Dark Soul, and that was kind of my memories of the deck. The deck was still very good. I just could never get the deck because back then Dark Souls were expensive. Like, the whole deck was not like really cheap. Emerald Blades were really expensive before they got reprinted. They were secret rare, so they were really expensive. And that's what I remember. But what I would say is good about this deck is that they run kind of like a lot of recruiters. The ability to go, summon Boggart Knight, it's 1900, and then you can summon, like an Emrys, or you can summon a Full Helm Knight. Anything like that is really cool, and you can make instant, you can exceed with some of your plays, you can synchro with some of your plays. And I mean, your general play was to go Dark Soul and then level 3, and then the level 3 Full Helm Knight, and to make Hunlay, because you'd get the search off Dark Soul whenever it went to the graveyard. So that was really cool. I like that. Other things that were good about the deck is you had a recruiter in the Emrys Blade, which was good, thin through your deck, bait attack, stuff like that. And you had walls. Your walls were X-Saber Pustule, and also, somewhat of a wall was Full Helm Knight being able to negate 1 attack. That one effect, I'll say, was very annoying for the fact that you could have only 1 monster and you couldn't get over it because it could just negate that 1 attack you had every turn. So that was one thing I noticed, is that this card was really good. Other things about this deck that I like, that I think are really good, is that duality flows well in the deck. The ability to search for what you need is really good. You can search, set a Dark Soul, set some back row in your turn. Other cards I like, I love Enemy Controller with the deck. The ability to use Dark Soul, tribute it, really good. Other things, you can just combo really well. You do have a level 2 tuner, you do have a level 3 tuner, so you are able to really make some interesting plays. And another level 3 tuner in Arabellum. Arabellum is amazing. I love Arabellum. If it can somehow get in there for 1600, you do get the Reaper effect of being able to discard a card. So I think that's something that's also really good about the deck. Other things is, the deck's pretty basic. I would say the most busted card in the deck, though, is Gotham's Emergency Call. The ability to get a double Call of the Haunted by just controlling 1 X-Saber is really good. I mean, you can go into your combos really easily. You can drop your whole hand, do the full troll play. It's pretty much GG from there. I think other things that make the deck broken is, my favorite card in X-Sabers is probably Gotham's, for the fact that if you play it right, if you do the right setup, you can destroy your opponent's entire hand. It's kind of cool. I really like it. And plus, it's big. 3100, that's huge. And its defense is 2600. That's a big ass. That's very hard to get past. So I feel that that gives the deck some more credibility. Because a lot of people are quick to say the deck isn't that good. Let me tell you guys a straight up story. At our last regional, this deck came out of nowhere. I don't know if it topped. I did not top, but it got very close. And this deck really threw a lot of people for a loop. Because, you go into an event expecting to face Mermails, you expect to face Dino Rabbit, you expect to face Dark World, and other decks of the format. X-Sabers is a deck that people forgot, and I feel that that's one thing that will cost people in that matchup, is if you're not prepared for the deck. So those are my thoughts on what's good about it. I mean, I'm not that familiar with X-Sabers. I do know that they recruit a lot of cards, they get advantage, and then they just explode. I would say what's bad about the deck is that I remember this deck suffered from the ability that if you stop their big play, they lose. I don't really know if that's true or not. I know for a fact that the ability to stop and torrential at the right time can win you the game. I know that being able to get rid of key cards is crucial, and that with priority gone, a lot of these cards get hit by things. Being able to Solemn Warning the right card hurts. It's pretty much anything like that in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. And I feel that Thunder King really hurts this deck because if you can protect Thunder King, you can bottomless the Bogart Knight, get around other cards, and it really does hurt Dark Soul, which is like the heart of the deck. So I feel that that can be what's bad about it. Other things I'd said that are maybe bad about the deck is they all are kind of weak, aside from Bogart Knight, so they can get hit by Deck Devastation Virus really heavily. You can hit the Dark Souls, you can hit the Ember's Blades in hand or on field. If you hit the Dark Soul on field, I mean, cool, you'll be able to search, but if you hit the Ember's Blade in hand or field, you get nothing off it. You can hit the Postules and stuff like that. Another drawback, it doesn't really happen that much, but Postule, like, you'll take 1,000 each turn, and sometimes people just leave it there and let you take the 1,000, and that can be really, really annoying if you have no way to get it off the field. Or if you switch it to attack mode, it has only 100 attack, and that just sucks. So those are the little things that are bad about it. But overall, I don't think the deck is that bad, to be honest. I think the ability to make Naturia Beast, Naturia Barkion, broken. The ability to lock down spells and traps, broken. The ability to summon big monsters like Gotems, be able to control the back row with Hunley is really, really good. I think the deck does have a lot of potential. Now, how do I feel about the deck right now? I think it's not as fast as Water. It's not as probably... I don't know what its consistency is, but I would say it's probably not as consistent as Dino Rabbit. Seeing as though they made macro, they can just like lock down your entire graveyard and then you have no plays. So I would say those are the things that could hurt the deck. And I'd say the Yu-Gi-Oh part about this deck, in my memory of this deck, is making Hunley, Trap Stun Hunley, GG. Because you lose your back row, you have 2,300 beater to deal with, very hard to get around. Especially if you're top decking too. But overall, I like this deck. I have absolutely nothing against X-Sabers. I never really have. I think the deck's really good, and I think that if someone pilots it properly, like this build was piloted in early September, I think the deck can do well again. It's not an expected deck, and I fully believe that if you go into a tournament and you are not prepared for a certain deck, you didn't side deck for it, you didn't practice against it, you didn't prepare for it, it's going to take you by surprise, and I think that that's what X-Sabers do these days. They take the opponent by surprise, they're not ready to deal with it, and if you don't have the right cards to side in, or you don't have any cards at all, you're going to be at a big disadvantage because you know the opponent came in prepared to play against the meta and their side deck is properly prepared. So anyways, let me know what you guys' thoughts on X-Sabers. I hope you guys enjoyed this profile. I'm glad I could bring this to you guys. I wish I could provide more information, but I honestly am not an X-Saber player. I would love to hear from people who are, though. You want to give me any feedback, feel free in the comments below. Thumbs up the video, 150, 200 plus likes. We'll get the next episode. Still working on Madolches. I need to really look into that deck because that deck confuses the all hell out of me. And all I know is it makes me want dessert like all the time. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this profile. Thumbs it up. Leave me your comments below and I'll be sure to respond to them and be sure to get some more info on X-Sabers. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thumbs it up and thank you for watching.